Ah, look. Another miserable morning. No sunshine for me? As for you lot, stay tuned. Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a brand new episode of the bloody Fang-Tastic show. I'm your host, Lark The Vampire, and it's that time where I give you my vampire-themed show with reviews, facts, and mythology on a vampire movie. And this month, we're going to a cult favourite of mine, and that is Lesbian Vampire Killers. You can see why, can't you? Let's review it first. So this is written by Stuart Williams and Paul Hupfield, directed by Phil Claydon, starring James Corden, yes, that James Corden, before he was big and in your face like he is now, Matthew Horn, his co-star from Gavin and Stacey, Mayanna Buring, Vera Filantova, Sylvia Kolkoa, Emra Kenny, and Paul McGann, Doctor Who. So this is a supernatural comedy horror where two friends, Fletch and Jimmy, Jimmy's been dumped by his on and off girlfriend, and him and his friend can't afford a good holiday. His friend Fletch, played by James Corden, can't afford a good holiday, so Jimmy suggests hiking. And they go hiking where they stumble across a village in Norfolk called Cragwich, where they stumble across some young, attractive women, but then soon find themselves prey to a group of lesbian vampires, and it turns the village is cursed, where on the 18th birthday of every woman there, they are turned into a lesbian vampire. And of course, Jimmy discovers he is the descendant of a great baron who slayed the vampire queen Camilla, who unleashed the curse. And of course, when they resurrect her at the end of the baron's bloodlines, and when it mixes with that of a virgin girl, she'll return once again, which she does do, but not for long, because eventually Jimmy stops being a geek and a wuss and becomes the badass hero, not heroine, that's a woman, and kills, Camilla with the sword of the Elder, with the help of a vicar played by Paul McGann. So, what did I like about this? I just love the absurdity of this film. A lot of people crapped on it saying it's a waste of time, it's not that good, but hey, I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was an independent film, and I just got so much enjoyment out of it. It was sexy, it was dark, it was comedic, it was funny. The young vampires, well, not the young vampires, the young human actresses they got to play the vampires were just so attractive and fit, and I really wanted to sink my teeth into them. Oh yes, especially Vera Filantova, who played the vampire Eva, who was once the lover of the Baron before turned into a lesbian vampire by Camilla. And Camilla, I'm believing, is it that Camilla from the book? Because obviously the character predating Dracula is in the public domain and can be used whatever. So I like to think that is her. That Camilla, only she's more twisted and messed up and evil. And it was just a sexy film. We had sexy moments. We had some comedy moments. This is nothing to take seriously. It is just a switch your brain off film that you can just enjoy for about just under an hour and a half. It's about 87 minutes long. Then there's that whole thing where Fletch says next time they'll be bummed by a big gay werewolf. At the end we see a big gay werewolf howling in the eclipse of Whether there'll be a sequel, we don't know. It's 14 years later and there is no sign of a sequel or anything. This is still like gone on to be a solo film, and I loved it. It had a good soundtrack too, especially a good song from Vivi Brown at the beginning, Crying Blood, which is a good name for a song for a vampire movie. I also thought James Corden and Matthew Horn were hilarious, and they were fresh off Gavin and Stacey at the time, so this was truly before James Corden's American career took off. I also just thought it was just an enjoyable film. Don't take it seriously. Watch it with some friends, some beers, intoxicate yourselves when watching this film because, it's nothing to take seriously. I like the premise and the mythology. Paul McGann, despite this being a slapstick comedy, he was serious in it and did a great performance, but yeah, he was good in it as the vicar. It was even funny when he dropped the F-bomb a lot of times, and James Corden's character Fletch been weirded out by it, because thinking, are you allowed to swear? Yes, I guess they are allowed to swear. But yes, such a fun film. It's really good, as I say in my opinion. It's a cult film, I think it is a cult film, I don't know if it is, but yes. Lesbian Vampire Killers, and the title is just absolutely absurd and nonsense. The film is just wonderful nonsense to me, and it's just something I watched quite a lot. In fact, I watched the film every day for a year when this came out on DVD. Don't ask, but hey, I'm a vampire myself. I'm over 500 years old. Well, I was in my late 400s at the time, but look, I have a lot of time to do meaningless things with my time because I'm immortal. So yes, is it a perfect film though? No, not by any means. Like I said, it's just something to enjoy, something funny, something laughable. But I can understand if it's not for everybody. But as Jonathan Ross said in his review, bloody Fang-Tastic, which inspired the title for this show. Did you know that? Anyway, Lesbian Vampire Killers. What am I going to rate this one? I shall probably give this, because like I say, it's not a perfect film, but the practical effects they had as well as digital effects, the scenery and the settings were good. I think I'll give this 3 fangs out of 5. 3 fangs out of 5 for Lesbian Vampire Killers. So there you go. There's my review on that one. So yes, now we go to our next part, the mythos. Let's sink our teeth in. Mythology in this one goes by basic vampire lore: weakness to sunlight, wood piercing to the heart, and basic beheadings. Only in this, when the vampires are killed, they turn into a white gooey substance, resembling what I think looks like semen. But also, the vampires in this, when living in the small village, all the women upon their 18th birthday are turned into a lesbian vampire. Although they can also be converted the old-fashioned way by blood exchange, the local girls, as I said, are turned into lesbian vampires. However, when Camilla was destroyed, so was her curse, and the women reverted back to their human state, still lesbians. Also, Camilla, her only weakness in this is the sword of Dieldo, which does kill her in the end and pierce her heart, which again does kill her. And other basic weaknesses are religious symbols like the cross as well. Writers Stuart Williams and Paul Hupfield were challenged to think of the dumbest yet the most commercial title for the film. Lesbian Vampire Killers was the answer. They then went away and wrote the script. In 2003, when the script was first created, the writers
both MTV producers at that time intended to make the film themselves as a straight-to-DVD B-movie. Paul Hupfield was set to direct, and Stuart Williams was due to play the part of Fletch, which was soon later played by James Corden. The film's fictional village called Cragwich in Norfolk, England, was actually a village in Norfolk called Cranwich, situated on the edge of Thereford Forest. James Corden in recent years said on The Late Late Show that if he could go back in time and not do something, he would pick this movie to not do. Bernard Hill, Andrew Lee Potts, Ty Glaser, and Tullia Sheffield were originally meant to star as the Vicar, Jimmy, Eve, and Rebecca, but their roles were later recast. When they come up to the cottage, the music is reminiscent of Friday the 13th.
Yes. Well, there we go, the end of another great show. So, what have you learned? Have you seen the movie review this month? Do let us know down in the comments. And be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and to hit that notification bell so you can stay notified whenever we upload on this channel, with our social media links down below. So that's it for this month's episode. So yes, I have been Lark the Vampire, and this has been the bloody Fang-Tastic show. So yes, until next time, don't have nightmares. Ha!